But it's not that complicated to build. You really just do hammer things down, but the main things are going to be your perks. So let's have a look at mine. Let's start with legendaries. My legendaries are set up like this. As far as I understand, you can have any variety of these four and they should still work. So I capped out luck, agility, intelligence, and strength. Taking one from the team, that's just a go-to. You've always got to have that because enemies take 40% more damage. Funky Duds. That's the only royal one that saves you from the poison of the snake. If you don't think you need it because you're using Union armor or you have poison resist another way, please just change it out, do what you want. But Funky Duds is the one I always keep on now. I don't even take it off. It's like nothing else really requires any mix of these. I don't need to put on the robot one. So I need to put on electric absorption because the robot's too easy to kill. I don't need it. But outside of those, you've got your regular ones. So I'll ignore all the quality of life things. All the things that are like traveling pharmacy, bear arms, batteries included. If you can make do without them, make do without it. Do what you want. But the ones you want are going to be the ones that increase your damage. Include the heavy gunner perks. So all of those, so that's 9 points there. I like to use concentrated fire because it makes it easier to target the things, obviously, within VATS. So we want to target the eyes, which is the easiest to target and has the least defense. I also capped out endurance because endurance is a big thing nowadays. So life given for HP, iron stomach, increases energy resistance, and I had a couple of spare ones. So I think nocturnal fortitude was spare, and solar powered. Like I had 4 extra, which I had nothing better to put on, so I put those on. I don't bother with fireproof. I don't bother with a few things, but you've got plenty of things you can fix, switch in and out. But natural resistance is good. First quencher is very good. Have that. Bullet shield is a given. You need that in order to make ricochet as effective as possible. Radical for fun because I like to run in bloodied. Starch genes easily. You need that. Field surgeon on charisma. So I have less charisma, but I have it at 6 that I can share. That if I want to. Stranger in numbers, you need that. And tenderizer. Tenderizer is very good because each target is a new target. So when you're fighting the snake, the tail, each time it appears, counts as a new tail. So tenderizer works straight away, and you kill it within 10 seconds anyway. So for that entire 10 seconds, the tail is receiving an extra 7% damage. So it's very good. Node rage, stabilized, batteries included. Like I said, those are straightforward. My intelligence is quite low right now because I've moved into agility a bit. So Action Boy, which I'm still debating about whether I need. Gun Through is very potent on that because once you kill the tail, you automatically switch to the snake, realign yourself to the eye, but because of Gun Through, you're now doing an extra 10%, then a 30%, and this 60% damage. Each snake tail counts as an enemy. So, kill the tail, kill the thing, then you get to kill the tail again, that's another, and it jumps up to 30% if you're lucky. Adrenaline's easy enough, and dodging. So, I do sometimes swap out Adrenaline and put in Demolition Expert if I'm using a weapon that has explosive things on it, but since I've been running out of my Ganon class for most of the last month, don't need Demolition Expert anymore. I just go with the faster fire rate on my second star, which means I don't need this. Luck is where it really starts to change, because when I get to explain my power armor, I'll explain why having your luck at 15 is ideal. If you can get above 15, do it, because I think if you throw in more points to your legendary perks and have the 15 luck here, you can get 20 luck here. Now I have less because I don't need it, because I've been able to balance it out with my power armor, but bloody mess. Better criticals. Ricochet is easy, you need that. 4-leaf clover does help. Fast streak, junk shield, but the key one you want is critical savvy, because what I'm about to show you is my power armor. Oh, there's a new coming, and it's landed, and it's nothing. So I call this the Bolt Crit. And I could just call this snake into these moves. So let's just have a look at what it's about. So my arm is finished. That's the thing about it. By this point, I don't know what else I can do to make this armor more powerful, but I've gone for a critical VATS build. So I'll start with the helmet. 10% VATS accuracy, easy enough. On the torso and the arms, the key 4 stars which are making the difference for me are rejuvenators and limit breaking. So I have 2 limit breaking and 3 rejuvenators. In case you can't read that, I'll read it out to you. Limit breaking is the 4th star, and each worn armor piece reduces the cost of critical hits by 10% because they're on stack. By having 2, it's 20%. Then by having that combined with where's it gone? Is it good for savage? No, it's good for savage. I lost my mind. Fine. Having it combined with it is good for savage. By having that combined with critical savvy at capped luck, the equation goes you only need 2 of those mod boxes on your 4 stars in order to be able to crit every second hit. So I fire a shot in VATS, I get to 50%, fire a second shot, I'm up to 100%, and then the next shot is a crit. So it's every 3rd shot is now a critical hit, which is ridiculous. And it's very potent because as you go into the fight, and as you can see, I have rejuvenators, which allows me to gradually restore wearers and teammates' health and action points, stacking it 3 times, and then if I'm lucky, one of my colleagues in the team will have rejuvenators as well. It all adds up. It adds up to a massive amount of AP, along with crit damage on every hit, and the rest of it's all straightforward. Like I put powered point region on there. I did have to put 4 lucks on there in order to keep my luck high enough, so the 2nd star box is luck, and overeaters is obvious nowadays. You need to have overeaters. Sentinels is probably the one that doesn't do as well as I thought it would. How often do you really just stand still? You don't. But on the odd occasion that you do stand still, you do take basically no damage. Sentinels 75% chance to reduce damage and 15% while not moving. It apparently is 75% times 4 in that equation, which is a lot more, so it's 4 chances for it to proc, basically. I don't know if I've explained this properly, but you can see the armor for yourself. The key things to take away from this is that you want to have limit breaking times 2 and rejuvenators times 3 in order for this to work as I have it. Who knows, you might find a different way to do it, but the weapon is also another key thing to focus on. So I built mine. I was able to get the plans from Collision Course. You've seen my other guide. It took me a week, but I got them. I've gone with Bloodied in the end. So I read, after having watched another guy's review, and I can't remember who it was, but he made a point that the snake and its eye have very low armor. So by having no armor on the eye, you don't need to worry so much about armor penetration. You can actually go straight back into Bloodied. So I'm not even capped out. I usually go in at about 20-25% health to fight the snake, 25% weapon speed, 25% action point cost, which helps with obviously doing the crits, and pinpointers, which is the best one so far. I've gone for the prime, sorry, not the prime, the Ultracite cores, so that works there. And the 20% armor penetration comes from the Stinging Core receptacle as well. So you can see all the stuff I've got on that weapon. You've seen my armor. You've seen my perks. The only other thing, let's say, probably food. So I go in with maybe this much pemmican just because it keeps my food up. Coffee and tea, because that fills up your thing as well, and that gives you AP regen. Canned coffee is really the only thing I actually bother to eat nowadays. Oh, in terms of pens, I found Cycle Bluff to be quite good. I think that's the best one in my opinion because you've got 25% damage, 3% free strength, endurance, 65 health. I don't need to worry too much about defense. I think I'm doing alright about that. So overdrive is a lot of fun. So 15% damage and 30% critical damage for 3 minutes increases hunger. That one's very good. It's a little bit of a bitch to craft because if I remember, it's not food. I'm on the wrong desk. It is a chem. So let me just see if I remember how to do it.
What is this?
Explain why.
Scouring for.
So you need to have this thing called digested goo. So you see that? Psycho's easy enough, nuclear is easy enough, but digested goo is the weird. You get those from lots of places, but I found the most practical place around here. There are a couple of plants within this pit area here by the glass cavern. In that pit area there, there's these plants that will open up, they will shoot something at you or just die, and if you get to them quick enough you can open them up and get digested goo, and as long as you go in with the thing that gives you 2 plant drops in every one. Electrician? If you go in with the perk card that lets you get green farm, that's the one I want. I'm not good with names. I know how to do everything, I just cannot remember names. If you go over there with green farm, you go up to these plants, you pick up digested goo, you get 2, and you can craft 20 or 30 of those overdrives in one session, and then they don't, how many, you're going to use 1 overdrive per snake. How many snakes are you going to fight today? This has lasted me ages, just one farming trip, so overdrives are very good. Oh, in danger roll, if you want to, land the first hit, doesn't hurt to have that. It's 2 minutes of it, and the snake will probably be dead by then. Other than that, I don't really know what else to suggest. Food is quite straightforward.
Is there anything better than raw asbestos?
These are all straightforward. I mean, if you want to put damage resistance on, you can. I mean, these are strength maybe, death force stakes. I mean, the stuff you get from the Mirelurk steamer, I basically just eat whatever's in there, and that usually does me alright. But for the most part, it's not that bad. Oh, yes, this is always fun. Jump on the snare drum, or whatever you've got, to build up that extra AP regen, similar to what you get with AT. So AT, snare drum, overdrive, cycle buff. That's probably the only buffs I ever bother going in with religiously. But this lasts an hour, so I often forget to do it. But other than that, I'm not sure what else to tell you. I think that should be enough because it allows me to solo the snake. Put it that way, as long as you know what you're doing. Snake's not even a challenge, he's just a pain in the ass now. I just want him to drop stuff, but I don't really need him to. Not for everything, just do it for fun. So, hopefully that has helped. And before they patch stuff, you guys get to kill more snakes. So, yeah.
Keeps on giving.
Enjoy yourselves.
Don't worry, I won't tell.
What a thrill. Darkness and silence through the night. tree frog. It's so deep, they try to survive.